Yes or no? Shall I
Yes,
start
ma'am.
with the topic? Okay. So
Yes,
good
ma'am.
morning to all of you. Good morning to all of you. So in today's
Yeah.
class we'll discuss. Today's class will discuss about the next topic, that is terminal characteristics of junction diodes. Till now we have seen the characteristics of ideal diode. Now we'll see junction diode. What do you mean by junction diode? Diode formed of what? Junction means what? PN junction. So PN junction, we have studied no semiconductor. So mainly we'll be discussing about silicon. Silicon. So take the heading terminal characteristics of junction diodes. Terminal characteristics of junction diodes. So, what was the ideal carrier? Can you tell? What will be V and what will be x-axis and what will be y-axis? X-axis will be plotting V and y-axis will be plotting I. So, how it will be? Ideal characteristics? Forward bias and reverse bias. Harshvardhan, forward bias. What will be V and what will be I?
Forward bias in a y-axis, ma'am. That line.
Yeah, it will be in y-axis. And reverse bias, it will be in
That's an x-axis, minus x-axis.
absolutely right, minus x-axis. So this is the characteristics of ideal diode, IV characteristics of ideal diode. Whereas you can see the IV characteristics of a silicon junction diode in this figure. So here the terminal characteristics of junction diode, VI characteristics, is divided into three regions. Okay. That is, one is forward bias region where V greater than 0, reverse bias region where V less than 0, and it has breakdown region where V very much less than 0, or in other words we can say that V very much less than, sorry, V less than minus VZK, where VZK is the knee voltage or breakdown voltage. Okay. So the IV characteristic curve of a junction diode consists of how many regions? Three regions. Forward bias region where V greater than 0, where V is the terminal voltage of the junction diode. Terminal voltage of the junction diode. Reverse bias region where V less than 0, and breakdown region where V less than minus VZK, where VZK is the knee voltage or breakdown voltage. Okay. So you can draw the diagram. I'll explain each region. That time it will be more clear to you. So please sketch this VI characteristics of junction diode. I'll tell you how to do. Till 0.5, that is cut in voltage, the diode will not be conducting. When it reaches 0.5, the diode starts conducting, and when it reaches 0.7 volt, you will get a rapid rise in current, fully conducting diode. So this is the forward bias region. Now, reverse bias region, the current will be negligible. You will do the derivation and all, that time it will be more clear to you. And once it crosses the threshold called as the knee voltage, it will enter into the breakdown region. So first sketch the IV characteristics of junction diode, then we'll discuss. So tell me, if we are considering a junction diode, will the diode drop VD will be equal to 0?
No, ma'am.
No, this will not be equal to 0. Depending upon the semiconductor, it varies. If it is a silicon, VD will be equal to 0.7 volt, and if it is germanium, VD will be equal to
0.3.
0.3 volt. So first sketch the IV characteristics. The same thing you will be doing in lab, not in this semester. You have a lab associated with this EDC and analog electronic circuits. In that you will be doing experiments in the hardware-based experiments in the lab. First experiment is diode.
Ma'am, what is VZK, ma'am?
I'll tell you. First you sketch it. VZK is the Zener voltage or knee voltage or breakdown voltage. All the terminologies I'll explain. First you sketch it. After finishing, let me know. So while getting the question, so you should be very careful. If the IV characteristics of ideal diode is asked, which which characteristics you will draw?
Of an ideal diode, ma'am.
Ideal diode. Which one you will draw? This or this?
Ideal,
The above one, ma'am.
Grade 1, ma'am.
Yeah, red one. Okay, ideal diode. This is terminal characteristics or IV characteristics of junction diode. Have you completed?
1 minute, ma'am. We're drawing.
Fine.
Ma'am, for ideal diode, is there any breakdown voltage or it will only go constantly?
It has only forward bias, reverse bias.
Ma'am, means it won't increase in the negative side, ma'am.
No, negative side it will be like this only, no? There won't be any current conduction. Diode will not be conducting. Hope you have completed the sketching part. Take down the IV characteristic curve. The IV characteristic curve. The IV characteristic curve of the junction diode. Of the junction diode consists of three distinct regions. Three distinct regions. A, the forward biased region. The forward biased region. Forward biased region determined by V greater than 0, V greater than 0, small v, okay, terminal voltage, V greater than 0. B, the reverse biased region determined by V less than 0, V less than 0, and C, the breakdown region determined by V less than minus VZK, V less than minus VZK. So we'll
Ma'am,
see
can you
each
repeat the last point, ma'am?
breakdown region determined by V less than minus VZK, V less than minus VZK. So now we'll see the operation in each biased region. Okay, so first one, forward biased region. Forward biased region. So tell me, in the forward biased region, I told V is the terminal voltage. Forward biased region means the diode will be conducting. Tell me, V will be positive or negative? In the forward biased region,
Positive, ma'am.
the diode is conducting and the terminal voltage will be positive. Okay. Take down in the forward biased region. In the forward bias region, comma, the terminal voltage V is positive. The terminal voltage V is positive. Therefore, the diode current I is equal to, this derivation not required. If you want, you can refer the textbook. In semiconductor, you might have learned this. Okay. Now, no need to study the derivation. Just you need to understand this equation significance.
Ma'am, can you repeat, ma'am?
The forward bias region, comma, the terminal voltage V is positive. In forward bias region, the terminal voltage V is positive. Therefore, this is the diode current equation. The diode current I is given by Is e power V by nVt minus 1. Is e power V by nVt minus 1. So where small I is the diode current. Can you name what is this? Is already have studied in semiconductor.
Saturation current.
It is saturation current. It is a constant and it is a saturation current. There is one more name for this saturation current. Recollecting?
Drift current.
So that is with respect to the current mechanism. No, with the diode current equation, this particular equation based, the saturation current is also known by another name.
Cutoff.
No. It is also known as scale current. It is also known as scale current. Why it is called as a scale current is, this Is is directly proportional to the area of cross section. That is why it is called as scale current. Okay. So you can note down where small I is the diode current. Small I is the diode current. Is equal to constant. Is equal to a constant. And Is is known as saturation current or scale current Now you can write down the reason why Is is called as scale current. Why it is called as scale current? Because
Ma'am, VT,
Directly
ma'am.
proportional to area.
repeat.
What are the terms VT also, ma'am? N and VT.
Wait, Kartikeya. You please wait. I told yesterday, right? If the teacher is teaching A, B, C, D till Z, first listen to the class. Then you ask the doubts. I just started only, right? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Then the class. So, why Is is called as a scale current?
Ma'am, because it is directly proportional to area of cross section.
Yes, it is directly proportional to the area of cross section. So take down, since Is is directly proportional, to the cross sectional area of the diode, comma, Is is also known as scale current. Is is also known as scale current. So tell me, if area is doubled, what happens to Is?
Doubles, ma'am.
Doubles. So if Is doubles, what happens to the diode current? What is the relationship between diode current and Is? Is it directly proportional or indirectly proportional? I and Is. I is the diode current, Is is
Directly
the
proportional.
directly proportional. So if the area is doubled, you told Is doubles. So if Is doubles, what happens to the diode current?
Doubles, ma'am.
Double. That is doubled. Okay. So take down, if the area is doubled, comma, then Is is doubled, IS is doubled. And since IS is doubled, small I should also be doubled. Small I should also be doubled. And I directly proportional to IS. I directly proportional to IS. Next line. For small signal diodes or small size diodes, which are used for low power applications, IS will be equal to 10 power minus 15 amperes. So, for small sized diodes or small signal diodes, which are used for low power application, the value of the saturation current is ideally 10 power minus 15 amperes. It will be very less compared to the diode current. And it depends on the temperature also. It depends on the temperature also. Not. In the forward bias region, yes?
Ma'am, small power, low power applications, any examples, ma'am?
Low power, let me explain after that. You will only tell me low power application wherever you will use it. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So wherever low power consumption is required, that can be an example of this low power application. So you only tell me one application where less power is required.
Watch, ma'am. Basic watch.
Yeah, that's what, less power consumption. It should not take more power.
Oh, okay.
Okay, find out. You have studied, no, in electric circuit theory and all. Have you studied about power?
Yes, ma'am.
Then give me the answer tomorrow. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
So take a note. In forward biased region, IS, the saturation current IS, doubles for every, it is temperature dependent as I mentioned, IS doubles for
Every rise in 10 degrees Celsius, right, ma'am?
no, in forward bias region it is for every 5 degrees Celsius. 10 degrees Celsius is for reverse bias. Okay. In forward bias region, IS doubles for every 5 degrees Celsius rise in temperature. Every 5 degrees Celsius rise in temperature. Every 5 degrees Celsius rise in temperature. Did you understand? This point is very important.
Yes, ma'am.
IS is temperature dependent. IS is called as the saturation current and it is also known by scale current. Why? Because it is directly proportional to the area of cross section. IS saturation current is temperature dependent and in the forward bias region IS doubles for every 5 degrees Celsius rise in temperature.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Only small diodes will depend on temperature, ma'am.
Small diodes, only this one you have to note down. S will be 10 power minus 15 amperes. Okay. Any diode is temperature dependent. Okay.
Yes.
Now we'll see the dependency of temperature. So Vt is equal to KT by Q. Vt is equal to KT by Q. So here we have a term Vt, right? So Vt is equal to KT by Q, where Vt is the thermal voltage. Vt is the thermal voltage. Vt is the thermal voltage. And already I mentioned what is small v?
Terminal voltage.
Terminal voltage. So Vt is the thermal voltage and it is related with temperature by the equation Vt is equal to KT by Q, where K is the Boltzmann constant. And it is equal to 1.38 into 10 power minus 23 joules per Kelvin. K is the Boltzmann constant and it is equal to 1.38 into 10 power minus 23 joules per Kelvin. T is the absolute temperature in Kelvin. How will you convert to degree Celsius?
Minus 273.
T is the absolute temperature in Kelvin. Which is equal to 273 plus temperature in degree Celsius. 273 plus temperature in degree Celsius. And what is the Q? What is Q?
Charge of an electron, ma'am.
Absolutely right. The magnitude of the electronic charge. The magnitude of the electronic charge. So can you tell me what is the charge?
1.6 into 10 power minus 19.
Absolutely right. 1.6 into 10 power minus 19. What is the unit of charge?
Coulomb, ma'am.
Coulomb. So Q is equal to 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 Coulomb. So did you understand till here? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next point, at room temperature, that is at 20 degrees Celsius, Vt value is constant. Vt is equal to 25.2 millivolt. So approximately we'll take it as 25 millivolt. You must remember this value. Why? Because in most of the questions, even the same thing you will study in bipolar junction transistor as well. So there also the thermal voltage value will not be given. See, if degree Celsius, some other temperature is given, you can convert and you can find out what is the thermal voltage using the equation KT by Q. If nothing is mentioned, you have to assume in all the cases Vt value as equal to 25 millivolt. So it will not be given in the question. You must remember at room temperature Vt is equal to 25 millivolt. Okay. Now, so in the diode equation, we are left out with what now? N, right? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am.
Okay, so this one you please remember, put it in a box. Vt value at room temperature is 25 millivolt. So all the numerical you have to use Vt value is as 25 millivolt until and unless the temperature is given. If temperature is given, you have to find out. Okay?
Ma'am,
Yes.
room temperature means 25 degrees Celsius. Ma'am.
20 to 25 degrees Celsius. See, this is based on that textbook. Okay, Microelectronics, Sedra and Smith. So there it is been written as 20 degrees Celsius. So normally it is 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. Okay.
It means in this 5 degrees we can use this value in any temperature from 20 to 25.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So now we are left out with the constant N. Okay. Take down in the diode equation. In the diode equation. In the diode equation. Diode equation. The constant N has a value between 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, depending on the material and physical structure of the diode. Depending on the material and physical structure of the diode. Diode. If diode is made of, next line, if diode is made of if diode is made of standard integrated circuit, N will be equal to 1. N will be equal to 1. And if the diode is made of, discrete two-terminal components, N will be equal to 2. So, in the diode current equation, N is a constant. So, it depends upon the material and physical structure used for the diode fabrication. And if the diode is made of a standard integrated circuit, N value will be equal to 1. And if it is made of discrete two-terminal components, N will be equal to 2. In general, assume N equal to 1, if not specified. Underline that. In general, assume that N equal to 1 if not specified. That means if nothing is given in the question, you have to assume the N value as standard and it is equal to 1. So did you understand the diode current equation significance?
Yes, ma'am.
So I is the diode current, IS is the saturation current. It is also known as scale current. Why? Because it is directly proportional to the area of cross section. So as area doubles, IS doubles, and since I is directly proportional to IS, I also doubles. V is the terminal voltage. We are discussing diode operating in the forward bias region. So V will be positive. So the diode current equation will be as such only. And Vt is the thermal voltage, and also Is has a dependency on the temperature. In forward bias region, Is doubles for every 5 degrees Celsius rise in temperature. And Vt is the thermal voltage. It is related with the temperature by the equation Vt is equal to KT by Q, where K is the Boltzmann constant, T is the temperature in Kelvin, and Q is the magnitude of the electron charge. So at room temperature, we'll take the Vt value as equal to 25 millivolt. And N value can be 1 or 2 depending upon the structure and material used for fabricating the diode. So if it is made of standard integrated circuit, N will be equal to 1, and if it is made of discrete component, 2-terminal component, N will be equal to 2. And if nothing is mentioned in the question, we have to always assume N is equal to 1. Is this clear for you till now? See, it is very difficult to make all the 180 students understand. That's why every time I am asking you, did you understand? Did you understand? Yes. Okay, whenever you find it difficulty, you please tell me. I will stop and repeat it. Okay. 60 students, it is fine, but 180, it is quite difficult because I will not be able to know you. 60 students, I can at least give some, individual attention. So here we are not seeing offline, it is through online. So please do interact. That way I can, so now I know few names, so those who are interacting regularly. So everybody you participate in that class interaction. Okay, please do that. It will help you a lot. Okay. And one girl, somebody asked to know what are the applications of low power applications. Got it up?
Yes, ma'am.
Got it? Can you give me an example? I'll tell you low power applications and high power applications of diodes. Actually, you'll be studying in one topic called as a special diodes, where you'll be studying about LED, tunnel diodes, the Schottky diode, varactor diode. There and all, you will study about this low power and high power applications. That time, shall I give a detailed description? That is fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So we'll continue with this forward bias region.
Mom,
Till this all of you understood?
mom.
Yeah.
What are those standard integrated circuit and two-terminal circuit, mom?
Standard integrated means that IC, that integrated chip related circuits.
Ma'am, means like the numericals will they mention, ma'am?
Yeah, that's what in numerical mostly they will mention n equal to 1 or 2. Okay, sometimes most of the cases they will not mention anything. That time what you will take for n value?
N equal to 1.
1. That's it. We'll do some numericals. That time you will understand. Okay.
If it is 2-terminal, they will mention, ma'am.
Everything they will mention. N value, how much that will be mentioned. Sometimes it can be in 1 to 2. It can be 1.5, 1.2. Everything will be described in the question itself. No need to worry about that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So till this, all of you understood? Shall I proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Now, tell me which current will be higher, diode current or saturation current?
Diode current.
Diode current. So take down for I very much greater than IS. I very much greater than IS. That is in the forward direction. That is in the forward direction. From equation 1, we get I approximately equal to, so if I is very much greater than IS, what will be the equation? Equation will reduce to I approximately equal to, tell me, IS e power V by NVT. Open the bracket. So I is very much greater than IS. So this IS can be cancelled, ignored. So it will be equal to I equal to IS approximately equal to IS e power V by NVT. So normally we will use this equation in almost all the numerical problems because always this diode current will be greater than the saturation current. Did you understand this equation?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now,
Yes, ma'am.
I need an expression for V. From equation 2, I need an expression for V. Find out and tell me. find out and give me an expression for V from the equation 2. You need to find out V. What do you have to do? You have to apply both sides.
Ma'am, NVT into log
Yeah.
of I by IS.
Which
Logarithm.
logarithm? Natural logarithm or base 10 logarithm?
Natural
Natural.
logarithm.
Ma'am, ln, ma'am.
ln. Correct. So what is the equation you are getting?
NVT into log of I by IS.
Log ln I by IS. Getting or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Put it in the box. So we have studied 3 equations. Now we'll be using for solving the numericals these 2 equations. Okay. So all of you understood the expression how we got for this terminal voltage V? All of you understood? Yes or no? Actually everything I have put it in PPT. Why I am deriving it? It will be more clear to you. Okay.
Yes,
Otherwise I can run the PPT now. I have put everything in PPT. I can just show this is the equation, but I am deriving. So I also expect you people all have the notes and you people are also following following me and writing it parallelly. You are following, right? One day I'll ask to show the notes.
Yes,
Now, next paragraph. Let us consider the forward IV relationship. The forward IV relationship in equation 2 and evaluate the current. Let us consider the forward IV relationship in equation 2 and evaluate the current I1 corresponding to a diode voltage V1. So here we are going to consider 2 currents and 2 voltages. So if I1 is the current corresponding to a diode voltage V1, what will be the equation? I1 is equal to tell me,
IS into
e power
IS into E power N.
V1 by
V1.
NG. Okay, we are using the approximated equation. Similarly, if I2 is the current corresponding to V2, what will be I2? IS e power V2 by NVT. Equation number 4. We are going to find out the difference between the terminal voltages V2 minus V1. Okay. So how can you get? Divide 4 by 3. Divide 4 by 3 and tell me an expression for V2 minus V1. V2 minus V1. V2 minus V1. Divide 4 by 3 and give me an expression for V2 minus V1. Why I am doing all this? These things are for solving numericals. Please tell.
NVT into ln I1 by I2.
Ln I1 by I2 or I2 by I1?
I2 by I1.
I2 by I1.
I2 by I1.
I2 by I1. All of you getting?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Equation number 5. Now note down. Representing in terms of base 10 logarithm 10 logarithm. That means the natural logarithm I need to convert to base 10 logarithm. How will you convert?
2.3.
Multiply by
2.30.
2.3 into NVT. Ln becomes
Log.
log, log I2
based.
I1. So in base 10 logarithm, the difference in the terminal voltage is equal to 2.3 NVT log I2 by I1. Log I2 by I1. Understand? You understood, right? This one, V2 minus V1. These are the basics. To convert the ln to a log, you have to multiply it with 2.3. This equation states that for a decade change, what do you mean by decade?
10.
10.
10 years.
10 years.
10. Decade change, that is if for variation in 10 in the graphical axis, okay? So decade change in current, this equation states that for a decade change in current, comma, there exists a slope of 2.3 NVT. So this is the slope. 2.3 NVT is the slope. 2.3 NVT, which is approximately 60 millivolt, for n equal to 1, and 120 millivolt, which is approximately, the slope will be approximately 60 millivolt when n equal to 1, and 120 millivolt for n equal to 2. 120 millivolt for n equal to 2. Did you understand? Forward
And we
bias.
don't have the value of VT now.
See, listen to the class. You can find out. At room temperature, you can take the value, if nothing is mentioned, you can take it as 25 millivolt. I said yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So all of you understood the operation of the diode in forward bias condition?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Now to see what we understood from all these things. So take a note. First point. At the VI characteristics in the forward bias region, that is what are the inferences or what are the consequences of IV relationship. At the first point, at the IV characteristics in the forward bias region, comma, the current is small for smaller values of voltage V. At the IV characteristics in the forward bias region, comma, dosha and all later you can eat. Listen. At the IV characteristics in the forward bias region, comma, the current is small for smaller values of voltage V. For smaller voltage V, smaller values of voltage V, that is about 0.5 volt. 0.5 volt. This voltage is called as cut in voltage. Cut in voltage. In the answer paper, I used to get answers as cutting. CUTTING. Wrong, okay? It is cut in voltage. Cut in voltage. So this 0.5 is known as cut-in voltage. That means that till 0.5 the diode will not be conducting. When the diode drop becomes equal to 0.5, when the terminal voltage becomes 0.5, the diode starts conducting. That voltage is known as cut-in voltage. Second point. Then, that is after this cut-in voltage, then small I increases rapidly. Small I increases rapidly. So after cut-in voltage, I increases rapidly. Third point, for a fully conducting diode, comma, the voltage drop lies in a narrow range. The voltage drop lies in a narrow range, that is 0.6 volt to 0.8 volt.
Ma'am, can you repeat this point, ma'am?
For a fully conducting diode, comma, the voltage drop for a fully conducting diode, the voltage drop lies in a narrow range, that is 0.6 volt to 0.8 volt, but approximately will take us 0.7 volt across it. Approximately 0.7 volt drop across it. So, for a fully conducting diode, the drop will be equal to 0.7 volt. Okay, so externally you have to apply some biasing. So, the diode starts conducting when it reaches the voltage reaches 0.5. After that, again, if you have to apply external biasing. Okay. Using a power supply. So you have to increase that voltage. So what happens, the diode will be conducting. When it reaches 0.5, it will conduct. Till that it will not be conducting. And after 0.5, you will get the voltage will be increasing and you will get a rise in current. And when it reaches the 0.7 volt or maximum up to 0.8 or 0.9 volt, what happens is, after reaching that point, still if you increase the bias voltage, external bias voltage, this voltage remains constant. Only the current increases. So you'll be doing the same experiment in the lab. So when you can stop the reading is whenever you get a constant voltage, you can stop taking the readings. And you have to make sure that this voltage should not exceed 1 volt. Because the cut-in voltage, that drop for a fully conducting diode, normally it lies in the range 0.6 volt to 0.9 volt. Maximum maybe you will get up to 0.9 volt, but it should not cross 1 volt. Ideally, it is 0.7 volt. Is it clear for you? Yes or no?
It is only for silicon, no?
Yes,
This VD.
0.7 for silicon. See, external biasing in the sense, I mean this one. Okay, here you will be applying a supply. So by increasing this supply, this diode drop will increase and you will connect an ammeter. You can connect an ammeter. Okay, you can measure the voltage by connecting a voltmeter here, and you can use an ammeter here to measure the current. So if you increase the bias voltage also maximum, for example 30 volt, this voltage will not be increasing. Terminal voltage will be constant at 0.7 volt or 0.8 volt, but the current will be rapidly increasing. Okay, that way you have to analyze and verify it in the lab. Okay, is it clear for you? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Last point.
No.
Last point. Temperature dependency. For a constant diode current, comma, the voltage drop for a constant diode current, comma, the voltage drop decreases by 2 millivolt for every 1 1 degree Celsius rise in temperature. For every 1 degree Celsius rise in temperature. This is also one consequence or one inference. For a constant diode current, the voltage drop decreases by 2 millivolt for every 1 degree Celsius rise in temperature. So that is depicted in this IV characteristics for two different temperature T1 and T2, where T2 greater than T1, so that difference will be equal to 2 millivolt for every 1 degree Celsius rise in temperature. Note it down. I have a question. Okay, in forward bias region, IS at 35 degrees Celsius is 10 nanoamperes. Okay, then tell me what is the IS value at IS value at 40 degrees Celsius?
20, ma'am.
20, ma'am.
So you know what is mean by doubling, right? Why I am telling is students you used to square it and write. I have observed that also. Doubling means you have to multiply it with 2. So IS doubles for every 5 degrees Celsius rise in temperature in forward bias region. So at 35 degrees Celsius, if it is 10 nanoamperes, at 40 degrees Celsius, it will be double. Okay, that means 10 multiplied by 2, which is equal to 20 nanoamperes. But still, students used to square it and write it. It's wrong. Doubling means multiplied by 2. So this point is important. For a constant diode current, the voltage drop decreases by 2 millivolt for every 1 degree Celsius rise in temperature. What does this minus 2 millivolt indicate? It shows a decrease. Since I used a decrease, I have not put minus over here. So did you understand forward bias region?
Yes, ma'am.
All of you understood, right? So tomorrow we'll finish reverse bias region and breakdown region, and please keep a calculator with you. Tomorrow we'll be doing the numericals based on terminal characteristics of junction diodes.